Hi. Let me see here. I'm going to see if I can share this, if it'll let me. No, not at the moment. Okay, that's okay. I will share it to my group later. Hi, happy Friday. It is Dr. Melody, your health and hope motivator from Fit+Faith. And I wanted to bring up this predicament that I came across the other day while talking with someone, and this is something that they were struggling with, and I figured if they are, other people are too. And so if you have felt like everyone around you seems to be losing weight and they're doing great and they're making all this progress and having all these results, but you just feel like you can't, like what's wrong with you? Like why isn't it working for you? I wanted to explore that this morning and then give you 3 really great tips that you can actually take to change the tides for you. So, and when you're hopping on, definitely say hello so that I know who is there. So, all right. So if you feel like everyone around you is losing weight and having these great results, but you can't, the first thing that you need to recognize and notice is that in just thinking, I can't, just in having the thought in here, if you're not aware that that's literally what you said to yourself, you're basically, it's like you're already prophesying for, hi Michelle, so good to see you. It's like you're already prophesying your own demise. Does that make sense? So if you're already saying like everyone around me is having all this great stuff happen, but something's wrong with me, I just can't, for whatever reason that you've decided, you've already told yourself that you can't. And that is like problem number 1. But the good news is it's also one of the fastest things to switch is when you begin to realize the literal words that you're saying to yourself. The words that you're saying to yourself. So whether you're saying that I just can't, or I can't get motivated, or what's wrong with me, or, you know, poor me, why is this happening to everybody else is seeming to do great, but I can't. So when you already said that to yourself, you're already telling yourself you can't. So first and foremost, like literally one of the first action steps that you can begin to do is start to notice how you're talking to yourself. And what negativity are you already projecting that you're already basically like prophesying the future that you can't do it? And it's literally, it can be just that simple, starting to realize like, holy crap, I just told myself that I can't. Wow, maybe that's going to make it more difficult for me. Does that make sense? Maybe that's actually going to make it more difficult for me because I'm already telling myself that I can't do it. So first and foremost, first action step is notice the verbiage that you say to yourself. And when you notice it though, this is the great part. You can then little by little begin to change it, begin to like recognize it quicker and be like, oh, no, I can't say that to myself. Not that I can't, I just need to do something different. I just need to have a different perspective. I just need to keep being positive and trying to find a different way that's actually going to work for me. But if you just sit there and wallow and be sad and say that you can't, then you're not helping yourself in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so action tip number 1, start to be aware of what you are saying to yourself. Okay, that is literally tip number 1. The next thing I want to say is, have you heard this phrase before that comparison is the thief of joy? So if you're already beginning to look around and compare yourself to other people, what is that doing for you? It's fully like sucking out your joy and your enthusiasm and your ability to think well of yourself. It is taking all of that away because you're comparing yourself to other people. Hi, Rob. And so comparison is the thief of joy. So not first and foremost, I already gave you action tip number 1, but one of the next best things is to realize if you're stuck in comparison. If you're in a comparison loop, thanks, Rob. If you're in this comparison loop, every time you look around to something else or someone else and you're just finding, well, I just can't do it as good as them, or they found something that works for them and that one's just not going to work for me. And so get yourself out of the comparison trap, because it does nothing to benefit you and only to steal your own joy and your own determination and the abilities that you have for yourself. Hi, Michelle. Speaking God's grace and love upon your own self is so important. Oh my gosh, absolutely, absolutely. So when you start to catch that you are in comparison and you start to catch the negative stuff that you're already saying up here, then how are you switching it around? What are you doing? Like, what things can you begin to do to help yourself? Thanks. What things can you start to switch those thoughts? Thank you so much. Blessings to you as well. Absolutely. Every day is an amazing day, right? And every day is a day that we can choose to do something different, that we can choose to have a different outlook, a different attitude, a different energy, a different motivation to get started. So stop comparing yourself to other people. Do your own thing, like run your own race, and then realize that pretty soon you'll be the person that other people are looking to and being inspired by. And, you know, look at them, they did it. And and then you can tell them, I used to do that too. I used to think that I couldn't do it. Or I used to look around with what everybody else was doing and I never got dedicated and just chose something and did something for myself. So pretty soon you can then be that person too. Hi, Jason. So these are the first things to get started with, okay? Share this video also, guys. Share this video if this is helpful and you think it'll help other people. That is what we want. We want to help and encourage other people to be living their best life and to realize that anything that they decide to do, they can do it. That's what's really cool about it. You can do anything that you set your mind to. So stop comparing yourself and stop talking trash to yourself up here, okay? So the next thing is, I want you to evaluate what are your thoughts when you think about moving forward? So when you think about, okay, here's the goals that I have, here's how much weight I want to lose, here's what I want to do. What are your thoughts already though? Like, what's coming up that tells you that you can't do it, or that tells you like the other negative things, like it's going to take too long, it's going to be too hard, I can't be dedicated, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time. Like, what are the other things that are coming up when you begin to think about what would need to happen for you to step forward and actually like be dedicated and reach towards this goal? So really looking at like, have you already basically convinced yourself that it is going to be hard, that it is going to be a tough road, that it is going to be really limiting and uncomfortable, that it's really going to be a time waster and sapping of your time and sapping of your money, and it's just going to be so difficult? What an uphill battle. Of course it's not going to work for you. It's not going to work for anybody if that's what they're thinking. If that's like already the things, if like you're not aware of all the other things that you're assuming are going to happen, that you have literally convinced yourself that this is the way it is, if you don't even realize that you can double check that you can like reverse that a little bit and start to understand that it doesn't have to be that way, you've just decided it is, but it actually doesn't have to be that way. Like, how much power and control does that take back for you? How much more does that now give you the ability, like, holy crap, what if I just change the way I look at it? You have the power and the ability to do that. That's the awesome part. So if you are, thinking that it's going to be hard, thinking that it's going to take too much time, money, effort, whatever, what if you just decided to switch it? Like, what if you just decided to be like, what if I actually think that it could be enjoyable? What if I actually think that I could work into my schedule pretty easily? What if I actually looked for the opportunities and ways that I could make it easy on myself? So if you literally begin to realize that you can take back so much power over your ability to achieve and to be successful and effective, if you just caught yourself in these negative thoughts that are going on and in all these presumptions and assumptions that you have convinced yourself are true, but they don't have to be true if you just decide that you want them to be different. Like, it literally just a switch, flipping the switch in your mentality, then you're opening yourself up to the possibility that it can be high mat, that it can be easier, that it can be enjoyable, that it can actually be free or the same amount that you'd pay for, your regular expenses. Like all the other crap that you've built into your thinking that's making it difficult for you, you need to check that. So really evaluate it and check it and be open. Hi, thank you so much. Miss you too. Man, it's been a long time since we've seen you guys. But I love seeing what you're up to on Facebook, and sounds like good things are happening up there. So be safe up there in the Apple Valley high desert and with all the crazy weather we've been having. So go ahead and give yourself permission to take back the power that you can actually view things in a different way to make it easier for yourself. Hi, Janelle. Hi. Good to see you. Okay, so tip number 1, I already said before, was looking at, oh dang, where was my notes? Was already checking yourself with all the negative stuff that you're telling yourself about it. And that comparison is the thief of joy. That's the first thing. The next thing is that what is your why? Like if you're looking around and you're seeing all these other people doing all these amazing things, oh, thank you so much. So good to see you. And you're two gorgeous girls. So if you're already looking around and you are seeing everybody else like do all this stuff and you're thinking that how are they doing it and I just can't do it. Well, number 1, you don't know what their motivation was to be the thing that flipped the switch for them to help them move forward. So you don't know their motivation. So you can't be like, they're doing it and I can't do it when you're not in their head, you're not in their skin. You don't know what happened to them, what point they got to that made them be like, I'm finally going to commit. I'm finally going to do something about this. I'm going to be dedicated. I'm going to pick a path and stick with it and see the results. I'm going to do the work. So you don't know what happened to them. So you're looking at them and you're thinking, they're making it look so easy. Why can't I just do it? Don't judge them yet because you don't know what their motivation is. Look at yourself and find out your motivation. What is your why of why you even want to do this? Why do you even want to make a change? Because clearly you want to make a change enough that you're being all sad that you can't do it and everybody else can. So there's something inside you that wants to make a change. But if you don't connect to why and really understand yourself, understand your motivations, then you will be able to really get rooted into something that is going to give you the dedication, that's going to give you the drive, that's going to help you manage the up and downs, that's going to help you stay strong when you want to give it all up. If you can't connect to something in here that is so strong and powerful into your reasoning why do you want a different life? Why do you want a different body? Why do you want different health? What is that going to do for you? How is that going to change things for you? How is that going to affect your family, affect your mentality, affect your work, affect your happiness? If you don't go into all these things and you're just keeping it super superficial, I just want to lose weight and that's it, and you're not even willing to look deeper to really find what else is going on deep inside, then I'm sorry, but you won't find something that's going to actually work for you long term and give you the transformation that you want. I know that's a lot to take in, but it's true, and you need to know the truth so that you can finally do something in a different way to give yourself the gift of a different result. So, what is your why? That's what you want to get into. So number 2, your action step number 2 is what is your why? Amanda. Hi, Amanda. So digging into what is your why, that is really going to help you find what is going to be different for your path, what is going to be different for your motivation to get you moving forward where you want to go. All right? And then, let's see, the third thing, the third and final tip that I'm giving you today about if you're looking around and everybody else seems to be doing great, but you just can't do it, and you're feeling like you're the failure and why can't I do it? I've given you some different tips, action steps that you can literally take starting right now, starting today, to move forward to really get these results that you want. And tip number 3 is understanding that more than the physical component, like more than what you eat, what you exercise, you know, how you're sleeping, like all the physical things, like what supplements are you taking, how much water are you drinking, what is all the other crap that you're putting into your body that's like not letting you lose weight, all these things. If you, besides just the physical component, if you don't understand that changing your life is a mental game and a spiritual game, then you're not going to get there. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Janelle. It's really sweet. Thanks, Matt. Thanks. And so if you do not understand that this is a mental game, thank you for all the hearts. Love you. A mental and a spiritual game on certain levels, then you're not going to get there. So, face the facts, understand the way that it really works, that if you want temporary results, then stay in the superficial and stay in only doing the physical changes that you need to do, and you'll get there temporarily. Good for you. But months down the road, you're going to find that you're right back to where you started, and you're not going to be happy, and you're going to be wondering how it left you, and you're going to wondering why you couldn't have held on to it and what's wrong with you, and you go into all this negative crap going on because you never realize it's a mental game and it's a spiritual game. And it can be something that can be won. It can be something that can be on your side. It's not a game that you're working against that you're always going to be the loser in. It's a game that you can win. But it's the game for you. It's true. It's true. This is what I feel. It is something that you can overcome and something that you really can be the master of your life, be the master of your mind, asking God for help and guidance to get you to where you want to go, and really understanding that, like, are you ready to do the work? Are you ready to look inside? Are you ready to, like, really deep down understand that you need to be in control of what's going on up here, and you need to take out the bad thoughts when they're coming, and you need to start inserting good thoughts and all the other mental stuff? And understanding that God is supporting you and that God loves you and that God wants to see you be the best version of yourself. But if you don't allow all those other pieces of the puzzle in, then you're not going to get there. And that's not what I want. And that's not what is having to be the possibility for you. You can have so much more. You can achieve so much more. You can be so much more if you understand the basics of what is going on and you're ready to actually look at all the other pieces going on and stop kidding yourself that it's only a physical game. So, those are my 3 action tips for today. I hope that was helpful for you. So, this is what it is. Winning. Yes, winning in the game of life. This is the real game. We only have one game to play. So let's play the game. Let's stack the chips in our favor. Let's be smart and wise and capable humans and individuals and get the goals that we want to get. I know you can do it, and I want to see you do it, and you don't have to be a victim, and you don't have to be sad looking around thinking that everybody else can do it except for you. Not possible. So, the final thing I want to say, so I gave you those 3 action steps so you can get started right away today, and I'm excited to hear what comes of it and what you're able to begin to make the changes for that. If you have any questions about a path to choose or nutritional information or anything like that, let me know. I'd be happy to give that to you. And then I want to let you know too that for the Christian women out there, for the women out there who are ready to do the work that I've already begun to tell you about, if you are ready to do the work, you're ready to stop being superficial, you're ready to actually be brave and go deep and find out who you really are in here and take out all the baggage that's been holding you back and become the person that you feel deep down in your heart you know that God created you to be, but the superficial stuff is getting in your way, then I have a program that's launching February 6th specifically for Christian women called BeautifulYOU. BeautifulYOU. It is an 8-week program, a group coaching program with one-on-one time built in as well, but specifically helping you do all the work that I just began to talk about today, helping you to actually learn how to do it. How do we do it? What questions do we ask? How do we look deep inside? How do we start to heal these things? How do we start to learn to control our minds and use them to the best of their ability? How do we begin to look at ourselves the way that God views us and bring that into how we are caring for our own selves? So if you are ready to do the work, you're ready to stop being superficial about your weight loss goals and really create the life transformation, then let's do it together in 8 weeks. By the end of March, you will be a completely different person, and you will have all the tools that you need to make 2017 your best year ever and be like, this is finally the year that I learned what to do, I got it under control, and I am ready to move forward. I know that I have a different path and a different future for myself, and I'm ready to take hold of that. I'm ready to equip you with all of it. And so that is in my Beautiful You program. Absolutely transformational body and mind program. Kicks off February 6th. I will put the link in the comments as soon as I'm done. And I'd love to have you be on board. Please help me by sharing this video with other people that you think it would be helpful for as well. And I am happy to be here to be Dr. Melody, your health and hope motivator. You guys have a fabulous Friday going into the weekend and start taking action on the 3 action steps that I just gave you today. All right, see you later. Bye, guys.